Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, and welcome around to yet another live stream with some more multi-class masters. We have round 3 of this season that is currently underway, and we are going to be racing at Imola. After all the times that I've mentioned in the past that we're going to be racing at Imola at some point on the calendar, we're finally racing at Imola. We're going to be driving the Porsche 963 GTP/LMDH car here in this category. So obviously with the BOP within the hypercar class, we're going to be at a disadvantage to everyone else, but we've got an hour and 40 minutes to try and put off some good strategy work and see if we can make up some ground and make up some positions from wherever it is that we qualify, and hopefully we can have ourselves a good clean race. We're in split 2 of 4, so hopefully we can be a little bit higher up the grid than I have been in the past. Just looking through some of the names of drivers, and there's a few drivers here that I've seen in the practice sessions that I have been doing and have been quicker than. So at the moment everything is looking to be going in the right direction. So just getting myself sorted in terms of the setup. How long we've got? 2 minutes until this practice session is over and we transition into the qualifying. But I hope you're all good. Hope you're all having a good week and gearing yourselves up ready for the weekend. The setup does look all good, so all set, ready to go, ready to begin tonight's action. Need to try and get a good result because the last couple of weeks haven't been quite so great in the hypercars. We did well Monday in the GT3 cars at Kota. That was a good race that we had in the wet experienced fixed. Started P5, finished P4. Probably could have or should have been on a podium, but as I found out after the race, I wasn't pushing the tyres hard enough, and yeah, a lot of people were pushing a lot more than I was, and hence the speed that they had. Hello, Graham. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. Yeah, we got just under a minute now before we switch on over to the qualifying. So let's go ahead and bring the game up. Ready for that? There we are. And then just gonna double check and prepare myself for the strategy that we're going to be using in this race. We'll probably need to fuel save. Saying there's the quickest strategy, 3 laps in each stint. Someone already starting to a lap or two of 132.7. They do that in qualifying. I'm pretty happy with that, as personal best is a 31.1. So we're going to be looking to try and get to the low 31s, maybe high 30s if we can really hook a lap up here, but we shall see, we shall see. Anyway, let's go ahead and get ourselves out onto the circuit, ready. Oh, track is green. Okay, medium grip. Interesting. And it is cold. Problem with Imola is it is quite difficult to actually get the tyres up to full temperature. But hopefully we can build some temperature in them at least. But yeah, it doesn't feel like you ever properly get an optimal lap. It's a little bit strange, but I guess it is the nature of the circuit where there isn't any really sustained corners where you properly build some heat and load into them. The corners are quite quick and short. It's only really that corner there that's kind of for any substantial period of time, whereas as you can see everything else is fairly quick, short, lefts and rights. I mean, there is the hairpin, but it's low speed, so you don't really generate heat in the tyres. And these two corners here are quite important to not mess up and run too wide, because you will invalidate track limits just like that, and it invalidates the next lap as well. So there we go, perfect example of how not to do it. But either way, this is just kind of going to be a build lap, this first one. Okay, the track is now slightly saturated. Just kind of more what I was expecting, what I've been practicing with. This hairpin's interesting. There's a couple of different lines that people take. There's the one that I did there, which is kind of a slightly earlier apex. Some people go really wide on entry and line up for a super late apex and purely focus on the drive coming up the hill. The only problem with that is you're leaving the door open to any cars that are directly there behind you. So it'll be interesting to see what people do in terms of their race strategy going through that time. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Not invalidate the lap this time. Thank you, Marauder. Appreciate the well wishes. Hope things are all going well on your end. There we go, so 31.1 is the current pole time, which is also my PB. Which I feel is achievable. Not when we do that though. It is very easy to invalidate laps, as you can see. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I have stuffed this one already. I'm going to go back. A little more fuel in the cart. And we'll go again. Basically go to the end of the session, because we don't need to worry about tyres. Usually this series has a limited number of tyres, which is usually 8. So if you use well, you obviously use tyres in qualifying, but it takes away from your race allocation as well. So you use 4 tyres, and then you only have 4 brand new tyres for the actual race. And obviously you can use the used tyres again, which does provide an interesting strategic element to the racing. However, there is an issue with the tyres at the moment that the developers have discovered, and therefore they have allocated infinite number of tyres to everybody. So we are free to use and burn new tyres as much as we wish. Which is why I was fine to go back to the pits there and effectively go again. Otherwise I probably would have just stuck it out on the tyres and the run that I was on, so not to use 2 sets of 4. And it also means that I can take brand new tyres for the start of the race and brand new tyres in the pit stop that we'll be doing. Some people may go for a 2-stop strategy. It is a quick splash and dash at the end if they do opt to go for that. Otherwise, we will be fuel saving and trying to only do a one-stopper to save a good chunk of time by not doing that second stop. Alright, here we go again. Time. Didn't make the apex to that turn though. Wasn't ideal. Absolutely cover the first curb here, avoid the second one. It says track limits on that. That also helps with the exit. Need to use the brake a little bit less than that final corner there. So 32.3 as a banker. Not where we want to be, but there's plenty of time to be found and improved on in the lap. Not where we go and validate it though straight away. I can see this being another one of those horrible qualifying sessions where I don't get the lap in that I want. I'm only going to have one more attempt. Hey Damien. I'm running a 5800X with a 4080 Super. Yeah. High five and GeForce 1080 isn't quite going to cut it for a 49-inch ultra wide. I mean, I'm on a 35-inch ultra wide, and I've had problems in the past until I updated my my GPU. That was the main thing that got me a lot of FPS. But then again, my CPU is pretty good and has been for a while. Invalidated there. That's why I kind of half lifted in the corner. Yeah, that is one of those qualifying sessions where I'm going to be starting from the back of the grid. That's so annoying. I should be way higher up, and this is going to be an absolute ball ache to try and work our way through the field. But I mean, we'll try and do what we can, but where we are is far from ideal. My PB probably would have put me in somewhere between 4th and 6th. I probably could have qualified fairly easily in the top 10. But no, there are 4 cars behind us. I was going to say, kind of being towards the back of the field is also kind of nice in some ways, because you have a better chance of avoiding the chaos right at the beginning. But yeah, this is the setup that I'm going to be running, which I'll also upload onto ultimatesetuphub.com as well for anyone who fancies getting free setups as a free setup sharing website. I also got a race engineer and a pit stop calculator there as well, which is where I use basically my strategy planning for the race. It's a very good, useful tool for Le Mans Ultimate. And yeah, setups that I've used in the past in the Alpine and also this Porsche 963, also uploaded onto that website as well. So feel free to take a look. Make sure that if you are using the website,
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
You do not upload any setups that you have paid for that aren't your own. So the setups that I've been making are obviously my own, using the in-game ones as a base to build off of. But yeah, all my setups and everything are there. Also, just very quickly, chuck this in. Alright. So everything's all good. Indeed, the race is an hour and 40 minutes. And we're starting P15. Way off from where I want to be. But hey ho. It is what it is. Nice fresh tyres. Double checking that fuel load again, just to make sure we are all good there. And indeed we are. Look at the info that it's saying. So it's going to say we're going to need 96. 6 litres. So we'll go down one there just to be sure. So I'm complaining about the off tracks, which, yep, it's definitely going to be a part of this race. We're going to have to be very, very careful with our track limits. Hopefully. We could avoid picking up any penalties. Or anything like that. Set the motor up to 50. So we'll need to burn a load of electric, and we're going to need 3 laps of fuel saved. We're going to do 30 laps on this on this tank. I want to be targeting 33 laps to then go and do another 32 or 33 laps again after that. Depends on pace of the leaders and where that countdown timer reaches 0. Looks like there may be some people starting from the pits, possibly. We shall see. We are about to
Formation lap.
Get ready with the green. Alright. Here we go. Not too sure what that guy was doing there. It's good they allowed us to slip on past. Right. Pause the music. Probably going to be a free position already. Okay, just waiting for that that green light. There we go. We'll hold our speed here.
Green flag, green flag.
There it is. Pretty decent reaction. Alright, give ourselves some space, because, yeah, as predicted, some contact, some bumping, pushing and shoving going on. between some cars up ahead. Some interesting rejoins as well. Tyres also do start off cold, so I need to be wary of that. We're up in the P12. That's 3 positions gained already. Hopefully the car behind is going to be sensible, not going to be sending it from too far back. So it looked like he was going to there coming into the chicane. Either that or they just outbrake themselves. But we have survived with a clean nose, which is the most important thing. More chaos unfolding. So that's one freebie. This could be another. Get a decent run off the exit, which we don't. People still making mistakes up in front. And yep, I am fuel saving, don't worry. Doing plenty of lifting and coasting already. Definitely not attacking the corners anywhere near as hard as it would be. We are just picking up positions and freebies from people battling hard and making mistakes. You missed an interesting race start. You gained 5 positions already. Mainly through people battling too hard, running off the track, making silly mistakes. Half a point there just for cutting the, well, not really cutting, to be fair. Just catching a bit of the inside curb at the chicane. You can't see it, but there are people not very happy in the chat about the overall driving standards. Which, to be fair, don't blame them. From what I've seen so far, like the number of times that this yellow Ferrari has gone off now. Hey Red, thanks for stopping by. New to the channel, looking at the Project Cars 2 stuff. Ah, the old but gold. Definitely has aged very, very well. Though to be fair, I haven't tried it in a long, long time. Mainly because of Automobilista 2. So I reckon this is going to be a 62 lap race. Thanks, Graham. Just realised my state of charge is getting pretty low. So we'll charge that back up. Left it on 50 for a little bit too long. So now as we charge it, we should start using a little bit more fuel. And at the moment it looks like we're fuel saving a little bit better than everybody else as well. Losing a little bit of ground, but not too much. Just need to minimize the mistakes and try and drive the optimal lines. What am I expecting from the new Project Racing? I'm trying to keep my expectations very much measured. I'm trying not to think about it too much and hype it up in my own mind. Because I worked for Ian Bell. I know what he's like. But I did a pretty good video. Well, I think I did a pretty good video, breaking down the release or the announcement trailer. And I got some of my thoughts, feelings about what they've shown, and some insider knowledge from basically past experience, having worked with a number of the developers on previous projects. I say a number of the developers, the majority of the development team at Straightforward Studios, seeing as a lot of them did come from Slightly Mad Studios, which is where I worked. So if you haven't seen that already, Red, go ahead and take a look at that video. Now we're coming up to all the multi-class traffic. It's going to make things interesting. Oh dear. That's not what you want to be doing. Seeing death in the mirror behind. held up a little bit there underneath the rear wing of the BMW, but don't mind that too much. See this guy sending it here. So I'm just going to slide in behind them. There's no point in trying to fight that one too hard, especially if they're pushing a little bit more and got a little bit more pace than we have. They might help us close up in on the cars up in front. As yeah, they're battling through the multi-class traffic and getting held up there as well. That's a bit cheeky of me trying to get up the inside there, but it was pretty crucial. Now we've lost some ground, but side by side through the chicane's fun. It helps us out. Kicking off in front. People trying to make ground, trying to make places. This is a little bit chaotic with the traffic. Indeed, my order. It's great. I love multi-class too. It's a real test to see who's patient, who's not. As we see some people making silly moves here. Trying to keep the blind that's here up next to me up a little bit and as open as I can to let cooler air filter into the room, whilst also trying to block out the light. What's the cap on track limits? So you basically have up to 3 points. You get various amount of points for each track limit excursion, depending on the severity of the track limit. So I've broken it once, and it deemed, or gave me 0.5 points. So I do have some more to use under my belt if needs be. The lowest it will go down to is 0.25. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. The two just taking each other out. That's helped us out lovely. What lap's that on? Lap 10. It's worth checking out in the replay. So I'm pretty sure the two of them are just bumping each other there and being idiots. But yeah, I think it goes all the way up to like 1, maybe 1.25, maybe 1.5. I've seen some 0.75 track limits penalties in one go that I've had, but yeah, at the moment I've only got 0.5 to my name, so we've got a little bit more room to spare. Someone up in front, on straight through the gravel there. This Toyota in front's doing well on the fuel saving front. Marginally better than I have. New Ferrari strategy meta. What, going the gravel in turn 1 or in that first chicane? Or do you just mean the general hypercar favoured BOP, where the Toyotas, Ferrari and Peugeot are all the quickest cars? Taking each other out. Yeah, that too. That works. Oh. Thankfully the curb kind of saved us there. And I didn't pick up any track limits in the process. Did lose a little bit of time and obviously some tyre grip with that, but it's probably also helped to generate a little bit of extra heat in the tyres. Which I'll very happily take. I don't want to be touching that inside curb. I think this is some of the guys who were caught up in incidents in the opening laps. Now starting to catch us back up again. Hey Hub City, indeed trying to hustle as best we can. Around getting a little loose. That was both dumb and desperate by the Toyota. But came through unscathed. Just the main thing. Oh, and we go. Hustling an LU. Stream tonight when I get home. Trying to get that driver rating. Indeed. SR's not too difficult to get, it's the driver rating. It's a little bit more challenging. To 40 kilowatts again. Oh, the understeer. roads getting quite bad there in the hairpin, for whatever reason. I didn't really experience that in the in any of the practice that I'd been doing. Starting to catch back up to the GT3 again. So it'll be getting interesting again very soon. Hopefully we can clear this BMW before that first chicane. I may have to go flat into it. Nope, not happening. We'll get a mid chicane though. Get this BMW in exactly the worst place. Down into here, right where I don't want him. Again, wasn't going to fight that one. Weaving our way through the traffic. Always good fun. Oh, that was a little bit of a walk there by the Ferrari in front, and that was not distracting at all. Indeed, yellow flags, but they're not really enforced. They're more of just a visual warning. They're fairly accurate, I'd say. That's a little bit cheeky. Oh dear. It's a Cadillac going fairly slow. It's nice to see a different car though. Oh dear, that's not the way to be taking that chicane. Aston very much staying out of the way. Thankfully they communicated that very early, so I could see what he was going to do. Yeah, they're not applied, or they're not enforced. Sorry. They are accurate though, in terms of being in the right places and in the right sectors and all that. little bit of beef in the chat. You guys can't see it because my webcam is in the position of where the chat is. Caddy's in for a very early pits. Went into a 2-stop there. So there's no way in hell they're going to be able to do a 1-stop from that distance. Someone's called out someone specifically saying if you can't drive hypercar, try a different game. Micro Machines might be more your might be more manageable. And hey, don't knock Micro Machines. Micro Machines is a fantastic game. Going back to the old school, the OG back on PS1. I'd love to see a proper good Micro Machines remake. It's an idea for a game to be reborn. I know they have. There has been 1 or 2 attempts in recent years, but the reviews for them have been pretty poor. Pretty happy with this so far. Not the best fuel saver. There is someone who is doing a slightly better job than I am. About 1% higher in their energy remaining than I am. Goes in P7. But it feels like we're finding a bit of a flow and a rhythm, especially whilst others are still making mistakes. It's allowing us to close back up again. Back to 30 kilowatts we go. We will save some more. Or more fuel burn, sorry. So I am also going to need some sock for the pit stop. almost feel a little bit powerless to P7 and P8 running mid 31s. Pace that just cannot do whilst fuel saving, so I don't know if they are both starting to push. And yeah, I think he might have cottoned on, but it's probably a bit too late. Not with like a 4 or 5% deficit. I mean, he might still be able to do it, and I may be just a bit over, but it means I'm going to be taking less in the actual pit stop. Which will work out nicely in my favour, because obviously that's less time stationary. Quite the train of cars up in front. Mix of GTs and hypercars. So patience here, because I'm not going to be getting through all of these GTs where I want to be. Throttle too soon. That has helped us close up P7 and P8 though. Just because we were a bit more fortunate as to where we caught that traffic. He does not want to let me through. In that case, I'm just going to sit behind you and continue to fuel save instead. He might have done, but he will have to do a second pit stop. Just gonna drop him well back. It's a little bit cheeky of me. So P8 here is fuel saving hard. going to be a track limits for the Toyota in front of us here. Taking that much curb in the second part. Good. Oh, getting held up by the Corvette. Alice is home. Feels so pedestrian. Trying to fuel save this hard. Shifting gears a little bit earlier. Still, it seems like the right strategy we'd be doing. It seems like everyone else is trying to do the same, bar one, maybe two people. Why did you come off the curb? Made us go tighter on the exit so much more than we actually needed to. Now we're under threat from Poofy behind. He's lifting and coasting as well. Cool. One thing I just realised that I haven't done is actually test the pit entry. So I have no idea how to be attacking that. Right, 0.25 points for that little track limits excursion there. So we're going to be going at least a lap longer than the Toyota in front, and also a Ferrari up in front of us as well. Possibly 2 laps longer than them, where they're at 8% already. Oh, what is going on here? What is this Porsche doing? Okay, it is actually for position. I thought it might have been a back marker, but we got well and truly picked there. I thought it was a back marker, hence why I flashed. But it was just the GT3 that was a back marker. Oh, Toyota's off. People are making all sorts of mistakes now, coming towards the end of the stint. Be impatient. No point taking silly risks here, because we can lose a lot of time, damage the car, which I do not want to be doing. So there is 2 people here that we're probably going to be jumping just through strategy alone. That was not a good chicane. Right, remember guys, lap 10 and lap 29. Sorry. Thankfully we got away with that. No damage incurred. Hopefully they didn't get any damage. Right, there's going to be at least 2 people in front pitting here on this lap. Oh, that's silly sends by the Porsche on that McLaren. No, he'll have enough. As long as he gets to the pit lane before he gets to 0.0, he's fine. Once he's on the pit limiter, it doesn't use any of the NRG. was a little cheeky and a little bit ooh, squeaky bum time. Wowee. Yeah, I didn't think the Ferrari was going to give me room if I went to the left of the Corvette. I was hoping that the Corvette was kind of keep it somewhat straight, but alas, they did not. Oh, that's Ferrari deep. Not close enough. That's Ferrari deep again. Obviously pushing quite hard. Ferrari's really struggling now. We have space for one more. Can only adjust fuel ratio at pit stops, right? I can change tyres. So leaving the fuel ratio on 0.96. I did start on 0.97, but I've got plenty of fuel actually left remaining, so we need not worry about that. Right, where is our pit box? Oh, someone's going to be turning. Wow. How did I manage to pull that off without getting hit or collided with there? That actually worked out really quite nicely. Very, very close though. But yeah, I think 31 laps. All we're going to need. All this stop. Obviously we're taking new tyres. Unsafe release. It was fine. It was fine. We managed to sneak in. It was just very close. Hopefully it doesn't twist us round. Let's drive straight on out. Lovely. Alright, and the question is, where do we come out? In relation to a lot of other people, all that Ferrari is way up the road. They have enough. That is the question. Right. Cold tyres. Zero grip, as you can see. Oh, car behind's got a drive through. Speeding in the pit lane. So the Ferrari's taken a little bit less than us. By a couple of percent. They did go into the box, I think, with maybe 1% more, if I remember correctly. I do also wonder whether they actually changed tyres or not. Yeah, it was very close though. Seeing the BMW get rotated and drop down off the jacks, I was like, he's going to go. But can I sneak round in time? And lo and behold, we did, just about. Right. We might be able to go from the end to the end from here without having a fuel save. We shall see. I reckon it's probably going to be at least 1 lap that we need to save up. But at the moment, my fuel strategy calculator is saying we're good by 0.2 laps. So 0.2 laps, that is. So I've got the fuel save thing there, just in case. I could choose to ignore it, or choose to follow. I think we are going to have to do a little bit of fuel saving. So at the moment it's basing it off of my last 5 or last 10 lap average, which obviously has a bunch of fuel saving laps in it. So as I've been pushing and not quite fuel saving for the last lap or two, it's come from 0.2 laps down to 0.1. Save half a lap. Okay, cool. So I'm right to set my thing to target of a single lap then. Just a question as to whether everyone else can make it that distance or not. Catching these GT3s in all the wrong places. car in front quite nicely here. Calculator saying I need to save more. It's now 0.8. Oh, fucking hell, you're well slow. That's giving us pretty severe damage at the front of the car now. I know he's trying to line himself up for the GT3, but I was not expecting him to be backing off that much. Not enough of a run. Might be driving to Monaco. see what he's saying in terms of his approach. Certainly feels like he's making a few mistakes and holding us up a little bit here. I mean, obviously I made the mistake myself at the chicane there, but... certainly does seem to be struggling. For whatever reason. Certainly picked up the pace there, 31.7. But then again, he's not having a fuel save, so he can push as hard as he wants. Judging by the amount of NRG that he has. Oh, that's a terrible hairpin. There it is. Waiting for the front end to bite there. Eventually came. I think he's pushing flat out, it's not fuel saving. Wait for a gap so you can slipstream and now taking this chance. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that was a little bit silly and naughty of me. That was definitely my fault, sorry. Held him up there pretty bad. You are slower off of that corner than I was expecting you to be. And wanting you to be. $30 remaining. Feels like I need to be fuel saving like I was beforehand in order to be making this work. Then again, we are also carrying damage now that we didn't have in that first stint, which is probably not helping things. And indeed, Jensen, it is all very exciting this week. It's nice to be a bit closer to competitors and battling away. Get it in there. Hey, Bolt. Found the handling model very strange and floaty when I last tried this game. Has it improved? It has, I'd say. It depends on when it was last time that you tried it. To me, it's an improvement. GT3 cars are certainly a lot better than they were with their new tyre model, and the hypercars are coming with a new tyre model in a future update. Which one exactly, I don't know. There's going to be further GT3 tyre improvements as well in the next update in June, just before Le Mans. Which is good, but if you crank up the... It's one of the force feedback settings that is set to 100%. Can't quite remember it off the top of my head. But if you boost that up to 120, 130, even on a direct drive wheel, and it says not to do that, it helps out a lot, I think, in terms of the weight of the car and feeling it a little bit better. Snap. But generally, for me, I think it feels better than it did previously. So it's definitely worth giving it another go. Yeah, 100%. Be a big update as well. We're getting themes, driver swaps, custom liveries, more updates to the GT3 tyre model as mentioned. We should also be getting the Lamborghini Huracan Evo 2, the Lexus GT3, and Saudi circuit. The Sale or something like that, it's called, I think. No, Qatar. Sale International Circuit, I think it is. But it's over in Qatar. Basically, the first round of this season. So, new track as well, which is cool. We'll complete the 2024 content. And then hopefully, they'll go on to the 2025 stuff. You'll see the Aston Martin Valkyrie as well as the Mercedes AMG GT3. No new tracks for 2025, but 2 new cars that they could add. Another classic track like Interlagos. Interlagos is already in the game. Silverstone is a possibility if they get the ELMS license and include that, which Steve Hood has had discussions with the LMS apparently, so that could bring LMP3 cars, which would be nice, and some new tracks such as Silverstone, Barcelona, and Paul Ricard. And if they do the European Le Mans series, I'm sure they'll probably also look at the Asian Le Mans series as well, because they use the same cars, just obviously over on Asian circuits. And I know they run on Fuji, Suzuka. I'm not sure what other circuits they run on. Yeah, see what I mean. But no, Interlagos is on the calendar, which is why I got added. It's only for 2024, I believe. Oh, Poopy's in the gravel, as well as a GT3. Lap 49. The lap 10, lap 29, lap 49. Have a look at those when we get to the replay at the end. Door, am I still good on fuel? Do I need to be saving more? .75 a lap short. Copy. Work it out like on ACC, so hard to be sure. Gotcha. Just work it to the NRG. You will see on the steering wheel display the number in the bottom left, so the 3.05, that is my NRG per lap, or used on the last lap. Above that is the fuel used on the last lap, but NRG is the more critical component. So yeah, used 2.97 on that last lap. Okay. Half a lap short. So serious fuel saving then. Yeah, annoyingly, they've got the car to do it, as well as the lack of damage. So I think that that is having an impact on my ability to fuel save as well. So I'm obviously going to be needing to use more to counteract the drag. Lap counter at top right keeps going 63.9, 64.8. Yeah, I think the leader probably is. Especially as they seem to be lifting and coasting a lot more than I've been as well. Threading the needle. And again. Thick thin. Okay, my thing, no. I've done it once. Very recreationally. In someone's back garden. At a party. Alright, my fuel calculator is now saying positive. That if we keep going as we are, it should be good. Oh, not quite as much curve as I wanted. Be getting closer to the cars in front. You reckon? Although to be fair, my fuel calculator goes off of my fuel, not my energy. In which case it might be. Still saying I'm about half a lap short in your calculations. Less than. Didn't mean to grab neutral. Copy. So I reckon I'm probably good from here. As I say, as long as I stay under 3. No, it's saying half a lap short. According to the NRG down the bottom. Oh, why did I go so aggressive with the fuel load in the pit stop? At least that's lessons learned. Yeah, I reckon so. Why is the car turning off? I clutched in there. So the revs dropped. I'll do it again. It's what the esports pros and the sweaty people do to try and fuel save. Is they clutch in rather than just lifting and coasting like I usually do. So apparently it saves a tiny little bit of lap time. I don't know if Ferrari is going to get there. Surely they're going to be way too marginal. lifting and coasting to save my life. Oh, because I went too aggressive with the fuel. I knew I should have just stuck to what the strategy calculator was saying. Rather than looking up in the top right hand corner, seeing that I'm only going to have to do 31 laps, whatever it was remaining. I'm doing it based off of that. Alright, hardcore left and coast now. Ferrari's realised he's not making it. George behind is catching. Oh, he's trying it. He's not going to make it, not on 1%. No way. This is going to be really tense now, trying to make it ourselves and hold on to a position. We can gain one here. It's just a question, are we going to be able to hold on as well at the same time, keep George behind us. Close. Four, 0.3, 0.2. Did it. Yes. Good. P7. Get in there. Wowee. Oh my god. Talk about cutting it real fine at the end. There we go. Officially classified. Whew. That was, yeah. Very, very, very tight. Very, very tight. Indeed. Not so much exhausting, just more intense. Like, yeah, really having to focus and try and do my best there to make it to the end. Alright, let's go ahead and at least try and watch the start of the race. I imagine the Ferrari got a penalty. If they hit 0%, they would have got a penalty. I'm pretty sure they did. And it'll be a pretty substantial one too. So here we go then, with the race start. There's the green light. So the start was reasonably good. Just curious as to what happened up ahead. So let's try and jump forward. Oh, Toyota dying. Toyota's dying more. So let's do it this way. Is this guy caught up in the melee? He was caught up in the melee. Oh my god, he used to have a save himself. Impressive. Okay. That's the one I want. So let's see what happened to this guy. Did he actually get hit here? Or... Yes. Yes, he did. And that's what caused that massive sliding incident. Death for him. No, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Never mind, we're going all the way around. There I am. Trying to fight and work our way through the field, picking our battles here as people were going off left, right and centre. Oh yeah, the Ferrari. Behind. Oh, and it spun someone else as well. Quite a cool livery, that Fat Turbo. Do like it on that Porsche. Quite old school. Yeah, and the Ferrari did have a look from behind there going into that chicane. It felt like it at the time. Right. I want to figure out this Ferrari in front, what actually happened with them. So obviously heavily lifting and coasting, so they're on like 2%. Do they actually make it to the line? So lost 2 positions there, straight across the chicane. Oh, and he's into the pits at the end there as well. Did he actually make that then? Down to 12th. Yeah, he finished P12, apparently, in the end. Let's see. Right. Let's, go ahead and check out the driver ranking gain and SR gain and all that sort of stuff. How many points we scored, and then we'll jump back into the replay and have a look at what happened on various laps. So we lost some rating. Because, yeah, I should have been higher up. Indeed. Yeah, that is quite a big fall. He got a DNF. Only hit 0%. He should have just pitted on that second to last lap. But 243 points isn't too bad. That's the best lap, 31.9. Just okay. There was definitely time to be found in the lap. As we saw numerous points, us being up above that. But I mean, it's kind of hard to beat against some of these times. I mean, I probably would have had to pace over Poofy. Maybe Slim if wasn't having a fuel save and wasn't starting from so far back, nor had the damage in that second stint. So where are we in the championship standings? But now up into the top page. Excellent. P13, that's in driver rank. Overall, that's what we want. P16 still knocking on the door. 734 to 747. So yeah, this the middle round at Sebring really hurt us. There. To be fair, this round as well wasn't exactly the best of points, but we're going to be missing the next two. So we'll be back for the final round of the season, which will be Fuji. Yes, Fuji. So we won't be doing Algarve nor Bahrain because I'll be away on holiday from next Monday. But we'll be back for Fuji instead. But let's go ahead and take a look at the replay, because there was some interesting incidents that happened during that race. Definitely a case for no lift and coast if you can fuel up enough on the second lap lost, or just half the race would bring you up to the leading pack. Yeah, I took 100% in that first in that pit stop. I might have been able to do it. Yeah, it's even then saying 100% on the calculator to go 3 laps. So this is what I was working to. So this is the stint calculator that I was working. So obviously entering the race length there, the lap time that I'm kind of expecting the race leaders to be doing, which I was expecting 131s, pretty much flat. Fuel usage and then energy usage per lap. And obviously you can chuck that into the calculator, and then this works out what you should be doing. Now we're probably doing 32s, and even with that, that would have been still 2 laps saved. It's recommending, or estimates, just over half a second a lap lost. But it's saying that it's going to be quicker than doing it flat out, because doing 2 stints of 30 laps and then a 5-lap splash and dash at the end is going to cost you too much time. So yeah, I messed up by going too little on the fuel for that second stint. Anyway, let's go and have a look, see what happened. It was on lap 9 where there was beef, I believe. Either lap 9 or 10. Between these two Ferraris. I think it might have been lap 10. I can't quite remember where it actually happened. Yeah. That's where it happened. I mean, Michela kind of brought that on himself, I feel like. So this is all fine. Still all fine. I mean, if the car's getting loose, then yeah, you're going to end up clipping them. But what he should have done at this point was lifted, but no, he just kept his foot flat and just kind of ran him off the road. And then I have a feeling that this guy here did indeed turn into him. And then, yeah, that was the two of them dead. Which worked very nicely for me. Allowed me to slip on through. But yeah, pretty silly. Driving there between the two of them. Right, we want... is it lap 29? Remember there being beeping around lap 29. Ah, yes, it was the Porsche, wasn't it? This incident where I got kicked. Boxed in. That was quite frustrating, but also semi-smart by the Porsche there. I mean, silly lunge by them, trying to make something from nothing there, but I literally have nowhere to go. The BMW's doing the right thing, holding its line. The Porsche's right here. If I turn across, I'm getting spun. I kind of tried to go that way anyway, as best as I could, but yeah, I had to get out the throttle in order to avoid going into the back of the BMW and causing more of an incident. Let's see what actually happened to the Porsche though. Down the inside of one BMW. Oh, big look up there. Almost rescued it. Yeah, that was way too late on the brakes. And as you saw, lock up. Trying to hold on to the positions as best they could. Right. That was 29. Oh. Alright, lap 49. That happened early on, or was it later on? No, it was later on. I think it was something to do with that BMW, but I didn't see. I know what it was. Poofy one then. What did you do, Poofy? Oh, what is this BMW doing? Okay, so this is quite easy to do. The lift up oversteer here, I get that in the Porsche. If I'm riding the brakes too heavy and turning in, the rear end does go light and it does want to snap to the left. Thankfully, I didn't experience it because I kind of practiced it enough to get used to what I needed to do to avoid this happening. Plus, I chucked on a whole load of extra rear wing as well, just to try and help with the downforce, but that was not good in terms of rejoining. Goofy just didn't know where to go. Yeah, definitely a quite heavily damaged car here. Probably struggling to turn. Let's get quite nicely out of the way though. But yeah, that's going to be it for today and tonight and the last bit of racing this week. So yeah, as mentioned, I'll be off from next week, next Monday, off away on holiday. And we'll be back on Wednesday the 18th of June is when I return. So all being well, I'm not too horribly jet lagged and tired. I should be racing on the 19th of June, which will be the last race of Multiclass Masters at Fuji. And then obviously we'll have the final round of the WEC Experience, which is at somewhere the following Monday the 20-something. Imola. Hey! So we're going to be on the reverse end of all the chaos that we experienced just there. So rather than being a GTP or a hypercar driver, I'm going to be a GT driver at Imola, which will be fun and shall be interesting. But nonetheless, thank you very much for tuning in this evening. It's been good to have your company. It's been cool to see there's a few of you chatting away, which has been nice, and obviously, hopefully, the stream was entertaining for you all as well. But until the next time, please have fun, please stay safe, please take care of yourselves, and yeah, catch you again soon. Ciao for now.